it's Roy from Sulphur City Sabers. Today we're going to be looking at a new model that we're adding to the range, one that we have called the Frenzy. Now we're quite selective in the hilts that we stock at Sulphur City Sabers. We like them to be practical and attractive, so it's a carefully curated range. But even amongst that range, every so often a sabre comes along that you kind of feel is one step beyond exceptional, and this is one of those sabres. So the new Frenzy is a very robust feeling hilt. I'm particularly excited about this one because, being a regular jeweler, I believe that this one would be a very good option for people who want to jewel regularly, with a slight note and caveat. It's a slightly longer hilt, a bit like our Fugue model, if anything just a little bit longer. The D-ring at the bottom makes it look longer, but yeah, that can. Personally, I'd take that one off if I was jeweling anyway. So it works well as a one-handed or a two-handed sabre. I did say there was a bit of a caveat if you wanted to use it for jeweling, and that was it's a hilt with raised buttons. So you have to, if you did want to use this for jeweling, you had to be quite careful about accidentally hitting the raise button and deactivating your sabre. But if that's something that you could live with, this is a very nice option. To be honest, I've even looked at maybe removing the buttons and sanding them down so they're flush with the top of this little top hat. So it's a little fingernail operation which would reduce the chances of accidentally deactivating your sabre. That's if I was to own one personally. If somebody wanted to buy one of these and do that, of course that would be something they could experiment with. Okay, the sabre as it stands. So first off, it's going to come in a variety of models. So the two models we have here are baselit, and we also have the SM Pixel model as well. Something of note, the SM Pixel model has transparent buttons at the time of recording, which, given that there's a little blue LED on the board, kind of gives us a shine through on those buttons. But of course, if you're jeweling, you're going to be using your standard RGB with the buttons on, standard buttons like so, because it's a different board. There's no light on the board to actually come and shine through. But it's a quite an interesting little touch on the sabre itself. They don't change colour. When you could change the colour of the blade, that would be a set colour of blue. Yeah, but very cool. Very cool little touch. There we go, let's turn that one off. Okay, so let's have a look at the body proper. It unscrews into three separate sections, like so, and like so. The cores would be swappable between an RGB and an SM Pixel if you wanted to change the cores out at a later date. Simple case of using your fingertips to unscrew these two raised buttons. Once those two are out, release the screw at the back, and you can slide out the core and replace it with a different core installation. So if you wanted one sabre, but maybe wanted RGB for jeweling and then Pixel for cosplay, Armageddon, something like that, that's something that you could achieve. And yeah, it's a very well, nicely manufactured model. Might even add one into my own personal collection. I particularly like this style. Great for grip down here. If you're dueling, you'd probably wear gloves anyway. Bare-handed, these are machined little squares on there. They may grate after a while, so gloves are probably recommended. If you're spinning it around aggressively, if you're just holding it, it's kind of fine. But yeah, very nice model. Few retention screws, 1, 2, 3 on the top. Although you only really need one retention screw to keep your blade in if you fit it properly. But there is 3 there if you want to use them for a bit of redundancy. If it was me, I'd probably just use the top one and have these 2 as shine throughs. But there we go, that's a new addition to the range, the Frenzy. I'm quite excited, waiting for this one to turn up, and it does not disappoint in person. Yeah, if you order one of these, you'd thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, so there we go. Thank you very much, and any questions, just ask.